Welcome back to the Football Talk podcast. I am your host, Michael, and today, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Oh, it's a day late. Sorry about this video was delayed by a little bit because yesterday was Thanksgiving. So, the Bills, the Cowboys, and the Patriots game already happened. We're going to go through that a little bit and talk about some of my predictions and some of Sal's and Ethan's predictions about the other games that are about to happen. So, start at the top and work our way down like we always do. First game was the Bills versus the Lions. Bills 28, Lions 25. It was a pretty close game. It really came down to the fourth quarter. The last minute was hectic as heck after they scored that touchdown in the last quarter. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Tyler Bass really did a lot during that last minute. They got from one side of the field to the other side in about, 45 seconds. And then Tyler Bass, that field goal, that was so close, but so glad we won that because it went into overtime. And I don't want to really try Josh Allen in overtime because he's right now 0-4 for that. So next game was the Giants versus the Cowboys. Giants 20, Cowboys 28. Pretty close game. I was watching it. It's Thanksgiving. I had the game on anyways. It really did come down in the third quarter because the fourth quarter they both scored a touchdown. But third quarter, when the Giants didn't score anything, I think that was definitely, they knew it was kind of over. But it was still a really close-up matchup because they had that lead in the beginning, the first two quarters, and then something during halftime just flipped, I think. So, yeah, whatever. And also, I do find it funny how the Cowboys did the whack-a-mole during one of their touchdowns. I think that was pretty unique. The game, I'm so glad I went like this. The New England Patriots 26, Minnesota Vikings 33. That was a really close matchup. I was following this game. I watched it the whole entire way through. It was definitely an interesting game to watch. Really did come down to the last quarter where the Vikings could put 10 on the board and the Patriots put 0. So really came down to that fourth quarter. It was a good game, though. Good game to watch. A couple of sketches were really good on the Patriots side, but I know Sal will be mad over it, but I'm glad the Vikings won. Sunday Night Football. The Broncos versus the Panthers. I think the Broncos right now, well, according to ESPN, also they have a 50% chance, so it's going to be a pretty even game. It might even go in overtime, but I'm thinking the Broncos. Ethan's thinking the Broncos also, but right now the Broncos are 3-7, Panthers are 3-8, so I think it'll be a pretty close matchup for this game. The Bucks versus the Browns. I'm thinking Bucks. Maybe Brady will have a good game, and then it'll propel them into winning this game. But if Brady does have a bad game, might be over for them. But they only kicked down to 4-6, so they'll still probably be in the wild card, if anything. Next game, the Ravens versus the Jaguars. I'm thinking Ravens. I think Ravens just blow out the Jaguars. Ravens are 7-6, or 7-3, but it really doesn't mean anything. But I am thinking the Ravens. Jaguars have not been doing this good this season. Ethan's thinking he picks the Ravens also. All right, the next game, the Texans versus the Dolphins. I'm thinking Dolphins. I think Dolphins are on a really good streak right now. Texans are 1-8, so I don't know if that shows something about the team. But yeah, they do have one overtime, but still. I think the Dolphins, I think it'll be a complete blowout. I'm not going to even lie. Ethan's saying the Dolphins also. I'm thinking the score's going to be like 30 or 40 to probably, I don't know. Somewhere around 30 and 40. Probably somewhere around maybe they'll get a field goal, maybe one touchdown. That's a possibility. Next game, the Bears versus the Jets. I'm thinking Jets. I think Jets are doing pretty good right now, surprisingly. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Jets. I think Ethan's saying Jets also, but the Bears haven't been doing crazy this season. They've been winning some of their games, but yeah, I'm thinking Jets. The Titans versus the Bengals. Ooh, this will be an interesting matchup, definitely to watch. I'm kind of leaning towards Titans more, but it could be close. It could go in overtime. I'm not sure. Both of these teams are pretty alright. They're not crazy good like the Vikings and all that, but they're like 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10 craziness. But yeah, I might go overtime. But I'm thinking Titans will win just by a little bit, maybe like a field goal or one touchdown. The Falcons versus Commanders. Ooh, yeah, I'm thinking the Commanders are gonna win by a little bit. It is a 61% chance of them winning according to ESPN. I know we don't listen to ESPN all the time, but it's still something for the record based off of stats. So maybe I think it'll be pretty close. I think it'll be a pretty close matchup. The Chargers versus the Cardinals. I'm thinking Chargers by a little bit, maybe a field goal or a touchdown. I think it'll be a pretty close game, but I'm thinking the Chargers will win that because I think Chargers are just going good right now for the season. The Raiders versus Seahawks. I'm gonna say Seahawks. Seahawks just been doing better. Raiders not doing crazy this season, so I think the Seahawks. Okay, the next game. This is complete obvious. It's the Chiefs versus the Rams. Chiefs 8-2. We don't talk about it. Like they're going crazy. So I think it's gonna be the Chiefs. I think the Rams are gonna get absolutely crushed by them because the Rams won last year, but it doesn't really mean anything, as we saw time and time again. But yeah, I think the Chiefs are gonna win definitely. The Saints versus 49ers. Based off of last week, the 49ers winning and crushing the last week opponents. I think the 49ers. Saints haven't been doing crazy this year either, so 49ers. Ethan thinking the 49ers also. Next one, the Eagles versus the Packers. Eagles, they've been doing really good this season. They're 9-1, so Packers only 4-7. Doesn't really mean anything, like we saw last week with the Vikings, and the Cowboys. But I think the Eagles, again, probably gonna crush them because a lot of these bigger teams are just stepping on these like little smaller teams that are not the best right now. Some of these teams do have to rebuild and all that for next year, but I don't think it'll be that close of a game. I'll be honest. The last game on Monday Night Football, the Steelers versus the Colts. This will be something to watch. I'm not sure about this one. I'm a little iffy. I think the Colts and the Steelers are both mediocre teams. I think they both could be a little better, but maybe the Steelers will win that just by a little bit. Yeah, according to ESPN, it'll be the Colts 64% chance of winning. So maybe don't listen to them, but it's still something to think about, though. All right, that has been the podcast. Sorry about a little shorter podcast than just me today. Yeah, we'll see you on Tuesday. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope you enjoy. Thank you for blowing up the shorts, and talk to you guys later. Later.